Audrey Alison. Thanks for joining me for your April 2017 forecast for the month. I'm happy to be here. I want to announce halfway through the reading while I'm shuffling something exciting that I just finished, and let's get to the forecast. On the 2nd of April, we have Venus retrograding even deeper into the sign of Pisces. So she's been retrograde since the 4th of March. And she's retrograding deeper into your 5th house through the 15th of April, going direct then at 26 degrees of Pisces. This is about a romantic review of the 5th house of romance, attraction. It is about maybe someone from the past, Venus reviewing old connections, the 5th house of what attracted you. It could be that you were reviewing the romance you're in. It could also be that women are drawn to you as well, Venus ruling the feminine. It could be creative endeavors and perhaps some connection with the daughters, any female babies or children, connection with the female child through that time. On the 6th, we have Saturn retrograding, stationed at 27 degrees of Sagittarius in your 2nd house. So you've been limited a little bit, Scorpio, and restricted on your earnings for about 2.5 years because Saturn has been here that long. Now, he's retrograding through August 25th, direct at 21 degrees of Sagittarius on August 25th. But this will fine-tune your budget, because once Saturn gets ready to leave here in December, he won't revisit this area for 30 years for you. And I think he is preparing you for wealth. He's preparing you for savings and learning how to do so if you've missed the boat up until this point. But there's not a lot of spending that happens when Saturn is in the 2nd, and it needs to be paid attention to. You need to hone in on what you're shelling out just as much as you are receiving. On the 9th of April, Mercury retrogrades, and this is a month of retrogrades. So Jupiter is retrograde when we enter the month in Libra. Mercury retrogrades on the 9th at 4 degrees of Taurus in your 7th house through May 3rd, going direct at 24 degrees of Aries in the 6th house. So this is about Scorpio hearing from relationships from the past. Look at that. Venus review in the 5th and Mercury review in the 7th. A lot of Scorpios are hearing from past husbands, past wives, ex-spouses, relationships that have passed, whether they are lighthearted or serious, because you've got the 5th house of dating and the 7th house of monogamy. So it's a double whammy for Scorpio in terms of communication and receiving attraction and information from people from the past. This could also be a review of business partnerships with Mercury retrograde in the 7th. Again, communication and technology is a little bit goes awry in that time period. So watch how you're communicating, and if you want to be clear to those people reaching out, make sure to be concise and say only what is necessary. Mercury could have you expressing too much or too little and not making so much sense to that person in the 7th house. Clarity is important. Say only what you mean, and don't be passive aggressive. Don't beat around the bush with anything. Just be very clear and concise as much as you can, Scorpio. On the 11th, we have our full moon at 21 degrees of Libra. And this is a full moon that requires balance in this closure. And this is a full moon in the 12th house. This is a complete ending for Scorpio, conjunct Jupiter in a big way. Releasing habit, releasing what no longer serves you in form of rest, what's keeping you from rest, what is distracting you. The 12th house of addictions, of psychic ability, dreams, and behavioral patterns. The full moon wants to see you let go of what is no longer serving you in a just way, because this is Libra. What is keeping you out of balance? Get rid of it. That's the time frame to do it, in the full moon of release. On the 19th, the sun moves into Taurus, and this is a fixed sign like Scorpio. The sun in Taurus is the 7th house, conjunct that Mercury retrograde. So I feel like Scorpio is establishing relationship or connecting with marriage, but also hearing from the past and trying to decipher where you're headed in relationship at this time. But wherever the sun goes, we follow. So with the sun in the 7th, you're starting business partnerships. You're having marriage proposals. Although a proposal isn't the best in a Mercury retrograde, I'll tell you that. Waiting until May, when the sun is still in this sector, and then Mercury's direct, which would be May 4th through May 20th. This would be huge for receiving proposals and accepting them. On the 20th, Pluto retrogrades as well. Hey, retrograde, retrograde, retrograde. It's at 19 degrees of Capricorn. Pluto's been there for quite a while. And through September 28th, he'll be retrograde there. An intense communication style Scorpio has developed over the years. Maybe you're even prone to be the deliverer of bad news with something like this. You're the one who they say, let that Scorpio deliver the message. He or she is good at it. That could be the theme of that. On the 21st, Mars, your co-ruler, enters Gemini. In the house you naturally govern, 8th. You like this. Mars in your 8th house works for Scorpio through June 4th. Sex, stamina in sexual escapades, secrecy, privacy, mysteries. You can do your investigative work here. Scorpio always pretends they're not watching, but they are. Mercury in Gemini, this is going to double time have Scorpio doing a lot of investigative work. You have to have some kind of balance there. And some Scorpios are taking over the top exhilarated pleasure in spying, which is Mars and Gemini. Save the private eye work for the real PIs. How about that? This placement's here through June 4th. It could just get Scorpio worked up because you might be investigating, but you don't handle things like jealousy very well. And this could be, your spy work could be riling you up for no reason and doing more harm to you personally than good. So keep that in check too. On the 26th, we have our new moon at 6 degrees of Taurus in the 7th house, new relationship. Some of you want to get married. You just want a new, fresh approach to your relationship. And this new moon is the time frame to focus on that on the 26th. Also, new business partnership if you're interested in that. If you're starting something on your own, but you want this financial support or just the companion in the business sector, this is the time frame to think about that as well. On the 28th, Venus enters Aries, and this is our planet of beautification and smoothing over in the 6th house of health through June 6th. Lovely. And Scorpio, you love the health being taken care of. And for some reason, I'm getting things that apply to water. The retaining a lot of fluids needs to be addressed, and I'm getting water on the knee, water fluid in the knee. Retaining water, water pills, reproductive organs and urinary tract. You could be dealing with some kind of health visits, maintaining everything in that. You rule the reproductive organs, Scorpio. That's the root chakra is what you govern in the body. And I'm getting a lot of water, so maybe it has to do with urinary tract infections or even, what is that thing? Like, what's that normal organ that I can't think of when I'm in a channeling mode? It filters out the water in the body. Maybe it has something to do with the kidneys. Yeah, in the lower back. Kidney issue. Get that all taken care of between April 28th and June 6th. However, your best bet would be when Mercury is officially direct, so May 4th through June 6th. Doctor's appointments, chiropractic work, health regimens, both Eastern and Western. Let's get to the cards. I'm shuffling the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, and I wanted to take a minute while I shuffle to tell you about my online tarot course that I just finished writing and publishing on the first day of spring. It's called The Magic of Tarot, Connecting Mind, Body, and Soul. And you can click the link that I put up below in this description. If you expand it, it should say, I think, Seeking Bliss Online. The platform is called Mystery School of the Goddess, where I'm teaching online. But the link, you click below and you get to read about the course and the registration process. It's an open registration. It doesn't close, so you can enroll at any time, and you can take the course at your pace, which I love. No pressure. You could just have the material. It's sent to you through email every 3 days for 21 days. And I'm really excited about it. I worked really hard on it. So if you're interested, take a look at it. Let's get to the cards for Scorpio and see what comes up for April. First card, the Star. This is the sign of Aquarius in the Tarot. You don't have Aquarius impacted tremendously, but the Star is recognition and spiritual download. It's a card of peace and hope. Let's see what else comes up. Ace of Cups, new love, the new fertility, new babies. I always think of a little baby girl when I see this. So maybe some Scorpio, the water is here. Scorpios might be thinking of, in your relationship, the birth of a baby or some kind of a new connection, a new emotional fulfillment is what this card represents. Seven of Coins, sixth house of health, routine, work, commitment, daily work, working really hard and getting what you're due, getting the recognition that you're due in work. Some Scorpios want to retire, and you just might be able to do that because this is them handing over maybe your retirement, your severance, your pay, your cup. This is the last card. I don't like that. Sorrow. The Three of Swords is going through some heartache and pain. I can't help but think Scorpio is reminded of a past. With Mercury retrograde in the 7th, maybe your exes are coming into play here. And it's stirring up the emotional or the heartstrings. But your focus is your goal, your one connection. I like this. This is saying keep your hope, keep the faith. The Star is clarity and a calm, peaceful demeanor. So you might have to draw on that energy in order to get through this. And with Venus reviewing the 5th, Mercury reviewing the 7th, Pluto reviewing the 3rd. 1, 2, 3. And that's who you're communicating to, involving attraction, relationship, love, and commitment. There's something in that. You might be comparing something in the present to something you dealt with in the past, and maybe even an Aquarius, to be specific. And this compare and contrast is what's going to lead you to decision, probably when Venus and Mercury are direct. And they both will be direct in May 3rd, Venus before Mercury. I hope this was helpful, Scorpio. I'm wishing you a beautiful April. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.